What is the option now? There are 26 members who are against Tom Emmer. There is no path for him at the moment. What is the option for you guys?
All right, let's not be so negative.
Well, you've been 3 weeks without a speaker, and you guys.
I know, but I went 15 rounds.
That was Kevin McCarthy, the former spineless MAGA Republican Speaker of the House, telling the media, why are you being so negative when Tom Emmer, who used to be the majority whip, or he's the majority whip designee, he's now the Speaker of the House designee based on a roll call vote taken by MAGA Republicans, but there were 26 no votes against him. Yep, here we go again, from Kevin McCarthy being removed to Steve Scalise to Jim Jordan. Tom Emmer, you're up next. And Donald Trump has now backstabbed Tom Emmer and probably destroyed all chances for Tom Emmer to become the Speaker of the House. Here is what Donald Trump just posted on his social media, saying that he does not want to see Tom Emmer as the Speaker of the House, and he calls Tom Emmer a rhino. This after other MAGA Republicans went on a campaign to try to undermine Tom Emmer. Here's what Trump posted. I have many wonderful friends wanting to be Speaker of the House, and some are truly great warriors. Rhino Tom Emmer, who I do not know well, is not one of them. He never respected the power of a Trump endorsement or the breadth and scope of MAGA, Make America Great Again. He fought me all the way and actually spent more time defending Ilhan Omar than he did me. He is totally out of touch with Republican voters. I believe he has now learned his lesson because he is saying that he is pro-Trump all the way. But who can ever be sure? Has he only changed because that's what it takes to win? The Republican Party cannot take that chance because that's not where the American first voters are. Voting for a globalist rhino like Tom Emmer would be a tragic mistake. And folks, this is why the Republican Party will never be functional so long as it remains a cult that is led by Donald Trump, because he will engage in conduct like that. Here's what Tom Emmer posted yesterday, and you'll recall we did a hot take on the MeidasTouch network about this. Here Tom Emmer posts or reposts a video that we reported on here at MeidasTouch.com. You see below, you see where it says ASIN. ASIN is a reporter at the MeidasTouch network. He's one of our senior digital editors. So hat tip to ASIN for always pulling these incredible clips. And here Tom Emmer, through his official Twitter or X handle, says the following. Thank you, Mr. President. If my colleagues elect me Speaker of the House, I look forward to continuing our strong working relationship. And here Emmer posts a video of Donald Trump in New Hampshire where Donald Trump says, well, Emmer is now a big fan of mine. He called me up and said that he loves me now. Here, play this clip that Tom Emmer posted as he was trying to kiss Donald Trump's ring after begging Trump for his support over the weekend. Play this clip.
Did you endorse Tom Emmer for Speaker? He hasn't historically been your biggest fan, but he is the most likely candidate right now.
Well, I think he's my biggest fan now because he called me yesterday and he told me I'm your biggest fan. So I don't know about that. Well, we're looking at a lot of people and, I'm sort of trying to stay out of that as much as possible. But they'll get it straightened out. But no, I've always gotten along with him, and I get along with all of them, really. A lot of good people. We have a lot of great people.
Not only that, folks, but Tom Emmer also had to decorate his office with photographs of Donald Trump and pictures of Donald Trump as part of his effort to get Donald Trump to support him. But even after all of that, Donald Trump stabs him in the back. And here's what was going down before Donald Trump finally stabbed Emmer in the back. You had Steve Bannon going on his show, and here Steve Bannon says that Emmer needs to go. Emmer needs to be eliminated. Play this clip.
You have destroyed the cartel's control of the Republican side of Capitol Hill. If you take out Emmer, you look at the other eight, hey, there's some good people there. And we put up a chart to make sure that you see where they voted on the debt ceiling and others. It seems to me if you voted for McCarthy's debt ceiling deal, the worst in history, you can't possibly be considered a serious candidate. But we'll leave that forever. The first thing to do is to stop Emmer today. Once Emmer stopped Just want to repeat this. You have decapitated what they've invested with the cartel, the lobbyists, the corporatists, Wall Street. They've invested over 12 years. This is their team. And remember, it's all those staffs. It's all those political operatives. It's all the Jeff Millers of the world with McCarthy. Decapitated. This audience did that. Nobody else did that. You did this. You did this.
Did you know that poor sleep can cause weight gain, mood issues, poor mental health, and lower productivity? Sleep is the foundation of our mental and physical health and performance in our days. Having a consistent nighttime routine is non-negotiable. I know in my own life, when I don't get enough sleep, not only am I irritable and grouchy, but my performance, be it in work or life in general, just greatly suffers. Introducing Beam Dream. You know we've been raving about Beam Dream's powder, their healthy hot cocoa for sleep. And today our listeners get a special discount on Beam Dream powder, their best-selling healthy hot cocoa for sleep with no added sugar. Now available in delicious flavors like sea salt caramel, cinnamon cocoa, and chocolate peanut butter. Better sleep has never tasted better. Dream contains a powerful all-natural blend of reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, melatonin, and nano-CBD to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed. A recent clinical study revealed Dream helped 93% of users wake up feeling more refreshed, and 93% reported that Dream helped them get a more restful night's sleep. Just mix Beam Dream into hot water or milk, stir or froth, and enjoy before bedtime. I've personally tried Beam Dream, and it lived up to the hype. First off, it was delicious and just a lovely nighttime routine. And secondly, and most importantly, it helped me fall asleep and stay asleep. The next day, I woke up ready and eager to take on the day. Find out why Forbes and New York Times are all talking about Beam and why it's trusted by the world's top athletes and business professionals. If you want to try Beam's best-selling Dream Powder, get up to 40% off for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/Meidas and use code Meidas at checkout. That's shopbeam.com/Meidas and use code Meidas for up to 40% off.
And then the big MAGA Republican influencers all started piling on. You see, Donald Trump's not a leader, right? He's a follower. So he was watching what are the MAGA influencers doing on social media, because that's how the MAGA Republican Party operates. And so you had Steve Bannon talk about how we need to eliminate Emmer. Here's one of the biggest Republican influencer accounts, Cat Turd. I kid you not. An account called Cat Turd, yes, Cat Feces, is the big Republican influencer who all the MAGA Republicans are afraid about. And when Cat Turd says something negative about you, if you're in the MAGA Republican Party, you better do whatever you can do to make sure Cat Feces likes you. I'm not making this up, folks. Cat Turd is one of the biggest MAGA Republican influencers, like Don Jr. does interviews with Cat Turd. You see it right there. Here's what Cat Turd posted. Everyone who votes for Emmers on the House floor, I'll actively work to primary them out. That includes Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, or any of them. If I wanted a neocon big pharma George Soros stooge as speaker, I would have voted Democrat. Folks, Cat Feces has spoken, and the MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump knee at the altar to the Cat Feces, the Cat Turd account. I kid you not. Other MAGA Republican influencers started piling on as well. Rich Barris goes, Tom Emmer cannot stand Donald Trump and played a pivotal role in sabotaging MAGA candidates in 2022, which contributed to the party's underperformance. It's astonishing, but once again revealing that he's even a candidate for speaker. Republicans are a party of posers. DC Drano wrote, just say no to Tom Emmer for speaker. Wants to eliminate electoral college. Openly despises MAGA. Voted to certify rigged 2020 election. He's arguably worse than Kevin McCarthy, Bridget Gabriel. Tom Emmer would be worse than Paul Ryan. Kevin Hurd and Byron Donalds are the only acceptable options running for Speaker of the House. And Raheem writes, Kevin McCarthy and Tom Emmer's refusal to back MAGA congressional candidates is the reason they have a shitty majority, yet somehow these two clowns feel entitled to lead their party. The GOP will not be considered serious until they dispose of these goons. Donald Trump finally stabbing Emmer in the back. Here, by the way, is Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy is also now blaming the Democrats and saying somehow it's the Crazy Eight and the Democrats, when he refers to them as Matt Gaetz and others, and they're the reason why MAGA Republicans can't elect a Speaker of the House. Here, play this clip.
Exactly.
Are you concerned that there are members who are going to get tired of this and might go and start working with Democrats to get a Republican Speaker at this point?
That very well can happen, but I'll tell you, every member's tired of this. Every member's tired of those 8 who work with every single Democrat. So if your question is, are we worried that some members might go work with Democrats? That's already happened. The 8 members worked with every single Democrat to put us in this place. So we're tired of that, of why we're here now, by those 8 who worked with every single Democrat. That is why we're where we are.
What is your option if this doesn't work?
Vote is going to happen today?
I don't have the option. I don't control it. Tom Emmer can decide what he's going to do, but he's listening to everybody, and that's exactly what should happen.
So this is...
Well, I don't think that's right, Kevin. I think the reason is that you've now become not a party, but a fascist movement. There is no organizational principle behind what MAGA is. It is whatever Donald Trump's ego demands. And yet we told Tom Emmer this was coming because all we had to do was watch what Donald Trump did to you. The MAGA Republicans will take nothing short of utter and complete chaos as they espouse support for insurrectionists. So instead of blaming Democrats who simply want to work to solve our nation's problems and act like adults, to try to lower prescription drug prices, to make healthcare accessible and affordable, to bring infrastructure here, to bring high-paying jobs here, to improve working conditions, to protect veterans, to protect Social Security, to protect a woman's right to control her body, to protect the right of people to love each other and marry who they want to love in the LGBTQ plus community, to treat human beings like dignity. Democrats are trying to propose solutions, by the way, including solutions when it comes to the border. But here the MAGA Republicans are just the total arsonists, and I will show you this as a final exhibit. This is the type of stuff that Republicans are doing on a weekly or monthly basis. They sent a congressional delegation to party with the January 6th insurrectionists and chant "Let's go Brandon" because they have the maturity level of third grade petulant fascists. And this was at the big Republican convention that took place not too long ago. And here Marjorie Taylor Greene entered into a display cage featuring an actor who was actually an insurrectionist, but now acting as a current jailed insurrectionist. And Marjorie Taylor Greene kisses him, and they cosplay the love and support that the Republican Party has for insurrectionists. Play this clip.
You go, girl.
God bless you, Marjorie. In Jesus' holy name. Jesus, we trust in you. Jesus, we trust in you. And as we faith upon Brandon, support the Holy Spirit upon him and strengthen him.
So, Kevin McCarthy, I think that's your problem. I think the fact that Donald Trump is out there basically acting like he's going to support somebody like Tom Emmer, then stab him in the back, I think that is your problem. But more broadly, I think the fact that the MAGA Republican Party has no governing principle other than its blind allegiance to the cult that is Donald Trump, that is your issue. So that's why you say goodbye to Steve Scalise. That's why when you try to hoist upon the House Jim Jordan, the MAGA preferred candidate, others rejected that. And that's now why Tom Emmer, when he received the votes to become Speaker of the House in the roll call, Donald Trump is stabbing him in the back, and why the MAGA Republicans are in total and utter chaos. It's because y'all don't even have a threshold of professionalism. You have no understanding of what it is that you even do for a living, and you think that your sole purpose is to act as internet trolls to attack and own the libs, and hopefully you can be the newest Donald Trump lap dog. Well, MAGA Republican parties, this is what you've done to the United States of America, and we are going to call it and expose it here on the MeidasTouch Network. And by the way, hat tip to our reporter, Asen, our senior digital editor. Yet another important moment in MeidasTouch independent journalism for posting that, where Tom Emmer engaged with the account, which then led to the reaction that it did. If you want to support our independent journalism here, you see the impact. You saw how it resulted in Donald Trump being sanctioned in court. You see it here again. Go to patreon.com/MeidasTouch right now. That's patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Go there right now if you want to support this incredibly impactful independent journalism. We'll see you next time on our next breaking news update. I'm Ben Meiselas. Have a great day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.